Hey guys, welcome in. It's been a long time since I've done a walk and talk, but I'm putting the priority back on making videos for you all. And I just had to share this. This is like one of the first game I played with this new mon. I'm gonna be butchering the name, so I'm sorry. Blacephalon, and I made a deck for this, and I made a steel deck as well for some of the new mons, just trying to showcase them. And I made this even before I even touched it, so I just threw it straight into this. And the idea behind this is I want to use his ability is that until its first battle, all of your fire Pokemon gain +1 star, and then if this Pokemon battles and is knocked out with one of its attacks, then I get to reduce the opponent's Z gauge by half. So it's a pretty cool one. But what I do want to do is I want to use it with Braxtons. I was struggling with Braxtons for quite a while, and I was getting a little bit frustrated with Braxtons. Just with they don't work with Lele, so if you have Lele in a deck with them, it's kind of like pointless until you get an Evo, and sometimes you can't get an Evo because it's stuck on the 2-star, and if like the Moonbeam faces and Lunalas and all those other kind of 2-stars, if all you're seeing are those, then I really struggle to try and get it to Evo. So the idea was to run it with them, get the extra star. Same with combustion, make a 4-star combustion, and that's going to mean it's a good Z-move goalie no matter what. And that is the attempt for this. So that is what I'm going for. And let's see, I'll let it play down. And so here, I went down, I just put my chicken down in front of it, and I put my Braxton in front. I checked to make sure that he didn't have, it's not even stopping. I checked to make sure he didn't have an air balloon, he only had a hurdle jump, so I was like, you know what, I can deal with that. I can put my Braxton in front, and at least I've got a chance to do something if he hurdle jumps. So that's why I moved in like that, although I was in a very dangerous position. If he moved there into the middle, I don't have a goal block, so I'd either have to try and do the old Marshadow in front of it there and hope for a blue, or go in for an attack and hope he doesn't hit a blue. And with that, I do have the plate, no guard. So I've got all of those plates here, and I made this deck trying to showcase those. So the deck is built around Delphox, and it's like a big Delphox support thanks to Blacephalon. Blacephalon. I'll get there. Someone else's dog behind the fence. Not very happy. But what we are gonna do, I gotta pick up some poops from my dog. But what I'm trying to do is trying to get that out, and then I want to get Braxton just matched up with anything that has whites or purples, and try to get some evos. So give me a quick second. Ugh. I'm not gonna show you guys this because I'm sure you don't want to see. But alright, let's keep going. So what we're going to aim to do is get it out as soon as we can, but I want to go for the double chance first, and I want to just go straight up against this. All I'm hoping for is that he doesn't hit his purple, because either I send it to PC like I got, or I gave him weight, and that's just going to give me time to get my other mons out. So if he hit his purple, I would have been in a little bit of trouble, because I still don't have Blacephalon out yet. I'll get it right eventually. And then he just goes and puts Zorro in the way. I did take the Evo for Blaze, And now Blaze can potentially be a 5-star. So with that, I was just like, okay, this is good. So now I'm like, alright, I'm gonna get it out as soon as I can. And hey, and someone left a whole lot of bread on the ground, and my dogs just tried to die for it. They're all food. Alright, anyway, back to the duel. So what I'm trying to aim to do now is I just want to get into a position where I can attack and do my evos is what I really want to do. So I get my Marshadow out. I'm just looking to get aggressive a little bit and set some things up. So here I choose not to take this around, and I choose to go for the evo. Just hoping, I just put all my faith. I was like, you know what? All I need to do is roll purple, and I got it. And I was like, oh yes. Then I just throw Lunala out of the way, and I was like, yes, there we go. This right here is what we need. And then my opponent just goes Mega Lucario, and I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't think. I was like, come on, purple or blue, purple on purple, or my just the blue, and I get the purple. I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. And here I'm like, I'm just gonna cover the goal first, make sure I don't just leave myself open to the Keldeo getting a water jump if I move my Marshadow. So that's why I did that first, and he still had weight, so I was like, you know what, I can take this. So now I move up, and I'm like, I'm going to be aggressive, force him to cover up, so now I have the upper hand to, I don't have to try and defend my Delphox, I can just play with it, and see what I can do. And here I'm just going to block it off, so I don't have to worry about Keldeo blocking it off either. Then he goes in for the attack, and I'm like, oh, alright, well, my Shadow's gone, but at least I still do have a little bit of freedom at the moment. So here I'm like, oh, well, I want to move over, I want to get myself into a position where I can attack the other Braxton, and here I was like, oh, good play by my opponent, the old Pokemon switch, but he doesn't take this around. I was like, I thought he was going to do it so he could either take gold or take this around, and he doesn't do it. And right there, the Blacephalon just helping out, giving the extra star, 4-star Delphox defends against the Maelstrom, and I was just like, yes, there we go, like, this is going to be good. I was like, as soon as that happened, I was like, yes, this is what I tried to make a deck around a long time ago, and now this is actually the mon that I needed to make this work. And I was like, that's his fault for not using Marshadow. So I'm like, you know what, I want to step back. And he just moves forward and he doesn't attack. And I'm just like, well, I want to go for Evo on my other Delphox now. Just trying to make it so I can get them both out, be aggressive with them both, and then I can also take the pressure off my goal. And then what we're going to look to do is just burn some plates, and then just move on up. And he just moves Lunala out of the way after that. I'm like, what's going on? Like, he couldn't use his Vignette because it had weight, but I thought for sure that something else could have easily moved Keldeo, moved back Zoro, any of those other options, but they just chose not to take it. So it's my opponent's fault, really, like just letting my Delphox move on up, and then he moves down with Vignette, and I'm like, well, that's alright, I want to move on up and see if I can get myself into a position where I can surround goal, potentially Z-move it. And I thought, here, if I can get a purple, miss. And I was just like, oh man, if I can get a purple right there, throw it off the goal, then that could be game over. And I don't get it. I did not have a double chance anymore, so I got my max revive back, which is amazing. And I'm like, you know what? I love using Delphox, and this is why I love using Delphox. Even though I hit and miss, I'm happy about it. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's okay. I want to use my max revive again, put it out, and this time I'm going to attack Vignette. And here I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to hope I either get my purple on his anything, or I get his purple into my white, and I do, and I'm like, yes, now I've got more miss, and then I roll jet kick with the Blaze, and I'm like, oh no, Blaze, don't do that, Blaze, and well, at least I've got my Delphox to push on up, and I can hope for some more things, and I do the attack here, and I'm looking for my miss versus his Destiny Bond or his purple, and I don't get him. Oh, he knocks me out. I would love to just sit there attacking into it and getting my plates back. That's what the attempt was for. So he attacks, and I get the purple, and I'm just like, wow, I'll take that 4-star, and I'll definitely do this. And I'm like, well, you know what? I want to take the max revive as well, and I want to get the matchup with Blaze versus Bennett back in action. And before I was going to do that, I was like, well, I need to defend up just a little bit to make sure I'm in a good position. So look at that though, 5-star Flame Kinesis. That is a thing of beauty, I think. I personally really like that. And now I was just setting up for doing the old benching, sending back to bench. And I was like, well, I need to defend. My opponent's defending, I need to do a little bit of defense as well. I want to make sure I'm keeping that. Keeping that Ultra Beast, if not from being attacked. And I was like, oh man, if only there was a Delphox, I could have defended against that again, and that would have been amazing. But it's not, and I was like, well, that's alright, I should be able to deal with this. So I went in for the attack, and I was hoping either for my, what's the same as I've been saying, right? Hopefully for his purple into any of my white or misses, or looking for any of those others. So here, I go for the attack, and I'm just like, you know what, Delphox, you can do it. 150 on damage is what I was needing, or my purple, and I got it. I'm like, yes, alright, now I'm just going to move on up, and I'm like, well, if I can get a purple on that counter, I can potentially be in for a winning position again. And so here I just go in for the attack. And I'm like, my purple, my white, I just want to get rid of Zoro's markers so I'm free to attack when I need to. And because his Zoro is not chain level 10, I have the freedom to just do that. But here he goes in for the, I thought he was going to attack, but he didn't. And I was like, okay, well that works for me. I'd rather keep it free. And now I'm just wanting to hit my purple. I was like, come on, get the throw. Don't get it. And I'm like, okay. Well, I got benched. And I'm like, even if I got benched, it doesn't matter. I've got a long throw. I want to get Delphox out there, and if Delphox rolls a miss, then I can be happy. And this time he actually attacks. So I'm like, oh no. And I was like, come on, mind blown. Wow. And I was like, all you need to do is not roll dodge, Lucario. Just not roll dodge. But here I'm like, well, I've got to go a little bit more aggressive. And I go for the psychic attack. And I'm like, I just need to get thrown right up onto his entry, pin him down, make it so he can't get all of his mons out. At least I've got 2 mons in defense for his Lucario if he does do his own Z move. And then he goes for the Zoro Z move. I was like, well, that's actually a good move. That's a good pick for my opponent. Good time to use it. Good on you. And I was like, well, there goes my shadow. I need, and then as soon as that happened, I was like, well, I need to get Delphox back in the action. It was like, come on, get that purple. Get your purple. Gold in the purple. Was like, Delphox, you got what you needed. Damage on damage, purple on purple is what I needed. And I just didn't get it. So I'm like, well, you know what? Cycle the Delphox. Let's get it out again. Let's go. Hit the miss. I'm like, it's not a Delphox. And it's not leveled up. And I'm like, no. He sends it to the PC. And I'm like, well, I need to cycle it out, to get his ability back. I just move it across here. White on white. Anything rolled into my white would have been a loss if it wasn't his dodge. So I was like, well, that's okay. I'm just going to put my Shadow up in the middle, threaten surrounds. He hits a dodge. I'm like, I'll take that. And then, well, all I'm wanting to do now is roll my purple or blue myself. And I got the defense. I didn't surround his Lucario. I'm like, well, I have enough faith that I can defend a little bit. And I was like, boom, there we go. it's gonna happen again. Got the Del Fox into the bayonet, and I'm like, come on, please. She's amazing. She is absolutely amazing. She is defending. Marshall's doing his job. I'm like, come on, give me a purple. Just give me a purple. Cyclone kick, the 4-star cyclone kick. Ooh, not as good as the 5-star, but I'll take it. I'll take it. He goes down defending the goal, and I'm like, well, I'll just cap you off for now. And then he goes for the corkscrew, and I'm like, oh, come on, hit my purple. We got it. And even if I didn't, I could have put my marshal back and had a little bit of chance to defend. But here I was like, you know what? I've got my Z gauge full. I'm just going to move up aggressively. Then I'm going to step over, use my Z move, guaranteed sending him to the bench. And then I just need to be aggressive on his. By now we were down to 30. I was down under 30 seconds, and I was like down into the 20s, I believe. And I was like, come on, let's get aggressive. Let's do this. Let's make this happen for Del Fox. And I was like, oh, when they used the Mega Beneath, I was like, oh, are they going to go over and rush the goal? But they didn't. And I'm like, well, I put on AI for a second. I'm like, no, I'm taking that off. And I'm glad I did, because I think my opponent put his on, and then they moved like that, and I was like, that's got to be an AI move. And I'm like, I'll take it. Del Fox gets a plate back on the finish, and I was like, it's worth it. It's worth it. I'll take the win. And all this was live on my stream. So if you were there, let me know in the comments below. And if you weren't, I just thought I had to share it with you that the deck was working. And I was like, this is very, very, very nice. So I've got one more that I want to show with you. So if we jump down into here we go. This is the next one. So with this, I thought these showcased its ability quite well. It does have more abilities, and there can potentially be more to showcase with it that I can look into. But just for this first deck that I created, I was like, this is amazing. So this is a rematch. Well, one of my viewers, Yakash Vora, and they were saying, oh, I just got to 3.9k, and I was like, oh, congrats. And then I was like, well, I want to just move on up, just block him from attacking my Braxtons. And here I was actually like, I'm in some trouble. I am in some trouble is what I was thinking. I was like, that Marwal is a big pain in the butt, like massive pain in the butt. And I'm like, how am I going to get rid of this with a Marshadow and a Braxton? I'm like, this is going to be very, very dangerous for me. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to move up and threaten things. I'm like, oh, come on, roll your purple. Mess. And I was like, well, it's not my leveled up one. But he moves on out, so just making it so my golds are not going to affect him. I was like, I don't have that much gold anyway, so that's okay. And here I'm in defensive, just in case he moved into attack. So now I get mine, the special support that I need out on the field. Then get the 4-star on my combustion. I'm like, yes, all right. Now I've got the 4-star, 5-star cyclone kick. And I'm like, this is all we need. Going for the metal spheres is like, that's interesting. I wonder why the metal spheres. Here I'm going for my purple, and I get it, and I'm like, boom, look at that 5-star cyclone. And I'm just like, this can be very, very, very good. He hits attacks, hits a cyclone. I'm like, yes, I'm just glad it wasn't his blue. And I was like, as long as he was rolling white, I could be alright in that position. And here I'm just looking for my purple. And I get it, and I'm like, yes, this is one way just to get around the moonbeam faces. And I'm like, this can work. Then they gold block. And I'm like, oh, okay, gold blocking with it. Because otherwise I would have just went in aggressively. Looking for my gold here. No gold for me. And when I didn't hit that gold, I was like, oh, that's going to be harsh. Uses the tectonic on me, and I'm like, boom. 5-star cyclone kick, sends him to the PC, and I'm just like, there we go. That is what it's all about. That is what its support is all about. Then I use a Fire Z move just to go and attack, to knock it out, get the guaranteed knockout. and I was just like, oh, there we go. Defend against the purple Z moves, and then I was like, oh, then they just gave me the win. And I was like, they need to attack and hope I get a miss or jet kick, and they didn't attack and just gave me the win. So I was like, well, you know what? Thank you. But that was amazing. That was amazing showcasing the 5-star out, not just tying and stopping the Z move, but sending it to the PC. The one who was attacking and using their Z move was like, that is amazing right there. So, hope you all enjoyed that. I thought that was a good showcasing of what it can do, and let me know what you guys think. So, can't wait to hear from you guys in the comments below. So, we'll see you there.